Way to slay, Bear! What up? Solid.
I see her.
Scrubs out, cups out. Murderized!
I'll live.
Right? Crush him, cub!
Hello, it's Puddle. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favourite moze builds I've ever created. My Blastmaster Infinite Magazine moze build. It's really good and I love it. I spent a lot of time making it for this video, so I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. As for the core kind of aspect of this build, we're going to be utilising the Blastmaster class mod, with not reloading and large magazine size to make the most out of the splash damage increase, which is multiplicative. It's going to be really good with weapons with big magazine and obviously splash damage weapons. Notice a theme with a lot of the weapons we have in here, a lot of them do splash damage. But yeah, so let's just go over the weapons. We have the Flipper with the consecutive hits anointment. This is really good. Large magazine, lots of projectiles, stacks up consecutive hits really quickly, does lots and lots of damage. It does say 12,000, that's 12,000 per projectile, and it shoots up to 9 projectiles per shot. It's really good. Try and get one in cryo and radiation, and one in shock and corrosion. This will be all you need really to cover all bases. You can get a fire one, which I do have, but it's not a necessity. For our second gun, we have the Herald. This is really good. It does shit tons of damage. Really high fire rate with the Revolter. It does lots and lots of splash damage. 72,000 times 3. It's really good. Has a good magazine as well, so it makes it easy to use the Blastmaster. Try and get it in all the elements if you really want to make the most out of it, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. This gun is so insane. Here I have just non-elemental, and it can do almost all the content, no issue. Try and get action skill end. Here I have cryo, but you can use radiation as well if you want. But yeah, so if you don't have DLC, you can use the Roys and Thorns, and if you don't have DLC for the Flipper, you can use a Kibsworth. I have one right here. Kibsworth isn't as good, but it's still pretty solid. Boogeyman, this is a staple really. This is so good. Such high fire rate. Really good for mobbing, because whenever you kill an enemy, it has a chance to spawn the Boogeyman, which is a pink skull that will chase and kill other enemies. It's really good for chaining kills. Try and get them in all the elements and go for consecutive hits. Here we have a Soul Render. This thing is mental on Moze. Whenever you shoot an enemy, it has a chance to just spawn pink skulls that do splash damage. It is so good. Again, try and get all the elements. Here I have a shock one. I don't have them all. I haven't done enough farming, but try and get 150 over 90 or consecutive hits, next two mags, anything. Action skill end, all of that's really good. We do have some alternatives in here actually. So we have the Lucky 7. It's not got a good night on it, but this thing is absolutely insane on moze. And in the video in the beginning, you can see me destroying Traunt with it in one magazine. It is insane. Whenever you reload, you have a chance to get loads of buffs, and those buffs can make this thing insane. Kibsar, what we talk about, some flippers. The Physor, this thing is really good. Not necessarily for its primary fire, but if you swap over to the shotgun mode and shoot it, it does splash damage. It is insane. It's really good for mobbing, really good for bossing. This is a good base game option. Another Soul Render. The Monarch, this is really good with the Minesweeper because it can spawn lots and lots of bombs really quickly. Try and get consecutive hits. I have all three elements here. This one isn't done yet. Chaos, this is a really good alternative to the Soul Render if you don't have DLC. Guardian Angel, this is really good for our true trial bosses setup, which I'll talk about in a minute. The Boomsicle, this thing is insane. I used this recently and thinking it was going to be pretty bad, but it's actually really, really good. So yeah, I strongly recommend. Redline, this thing is a lot of fun. You can one mag a lot of bosses with it. It's really good if you have the Sun for the Road skill, which we do. Try and get after exiting Iron Bag in splash damage for 18 seconds. We have some backburners here and some kick charges just for the one shots and the second wins. Try and get maybe URAD or 150 over 90. Anything like that will do. We have a Hive. This is really solid. Some more Boogeymans. And yeah, so as for the shield, we use a Revolter on action skill start anoint with Iron Cup. If you don't have this, you can use a Transformer, which is another pretty solid option. On that, just find some kind of action skill end anoint. Here we have a Blastmaster. This is going to be the best for bossing. If we're not, no, for mobbing, sorry. If we're bossing, we're going to slap on a Minesweeper. For skills, try and get as many points of Skagden as you can. You can use a Green Monster if you want, but I've centered this more around the Blastmaster. But the Green Monster is definitely there. Just try and roll as much magazine as you can. As for grenades, we have a CMT on Grenade Throw Anoint. If you don't have a Claim Manning Tracker, that's absolutely fine. Just use a Recurring Hex. It works just as good. Try and get Radiation if you can. It's probably going to be the best element. We also have a P Grenade. This is really good for debossing, for bossing specifically. And try and get on Grenade Throw for all of these. For Relic, we can use the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge. Try and get magazine size and fire rate. If you don't have DLC, you can use a Victory Rush. It does work just as well. Or a Company Man if you have the Director's Cut. Yeah, let's just get onto the skill tree. Right, skill tree. I'm going to try and do this quickly. There's a lot to take in. So, as for action skill, we're going to be using Iron Cub with the V35 grenade launcher with the lock and speed load augment. This means that we can spawn him in and he instantly kill himself, and then we can cycle our Revolter efficiently. If you're not going to cycle Revolter, you can use an Old God and Iron Bear. Just make sure you take a point out of Grizzled and put it in Auto Bear instead. But yeah, skill tree time. So, Fire and Skagden, this is insane. I recently did some research on this, and in case you don't know what this does, it just makes you do insane amounts of fire damage. It has Mayhem scaling, so it's ridiculously strong. It's at like 495%, something really ludicrous like that. Really, really good. If you're not grabbing this on moze, what are you doing? This is insane. And I recently did some research, and it seems like it kind of scales weird with like other buffs. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I can't remember the guy's name, but I saw a guy on Reddit who explained it very well. If I remember, I'll put it in the video here. But yeah, so we have Grizzled, so we can cycle Iron Cub efficiently. Action skill damage, so it makes our Iron Cub do a bit more damage. But it also boosts Short Fuse, because for some reason Short Fuse scales off of action skill damage as well. I'm not exactly sure how it works. Again, that Reddit guy, he explained it very well. We have Tool Cross Promotion. This is a no-brainer, more splash damage. Means of Destruction. Whenever you deal splash damage, you have a chance to get bullets back. It's just good. And a grenade. Polar Holy Pin. This is a key skill for the build. Not for like general usage, but for True Trial, which we'll get to later in the video. Vampire. This is our healing skill. Whenever you throw a grenade, you heal a portion of your lost health. Really good. To the last, you don't have to spec this, but I do like it. So you can throw grenades and fight for your life. And whenever you throw a grenade before gaining a second wind, you get a grenade back. Explosion Punctuation. We're constantly doing splash damage. This cooldown rate is active all the time. And Short Fuse, this is busted. Again, it scales with action skill damage. Hence that on our Blastmaster. And it also double dips. So it's really good. Orange Tree is pretty simple really. Armored Infantry. Drowning Brass. So gun damage, fire damage. Green Tree, we grab Cloud of Lead. This makes every 4th shot free and deal bonus incendiary. Deal more incendiary damage. Redistribution, whenever you hit a crit, you regen health and ammo. This is really good. Scrappy, whenever you're moving, you get loads of buffs. So weapon damage, handling, swap speed, and mode switch. Speed, this is really good for the White Hand fight and swapping between your flipper elements. Russian Offensive, this is really nice to have anyway, but if you're using the Hex, you can throw some of them in sprint and you literally cannot die. It's really good. Scorching RPMs. It's action skill damage, so it boosts Short Fuse, and it's good for Iron Cub to kill himself, and it's also good for you because bonus crit damage. Can't moan at that. Iron Bank, more mag, can't moan. Sun for the Roads, whenever you get out of Iron Bear, you get infinite ammo. This is really good for the red line shotgun. And that's kind of the main reason I get it. And Forge, you constantly regen bullets. 5% of your mag a second. And we have Big Surplus. Whenever your action skills on cooldown, you get insane incendiary damage. It is a lot. Again, the Reddit guy, he explained it very well, how it scales. But it's a bit like how Fire and Skagden scales. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but yeah, it definitely does do something differently. But yeah, let's just get into the gameplay, I guess. Right, we're in the Malawan takedown. We've got this set up, and as I go through it, I'll just try out some new stuff, see how it goes. So here's the flipper. Oh shit, I threw a grenade at my face. Go forward a little bit.
Mecha Doom Squad! Wait, I lost count.
So yeah, this guy gone. Make sure you not do what I'm doing, and make sure you're throwing grenades so you don't die. You will go down a lot. It's just part of playing moze, unfortunately. Just try and stay a little bit back. Oh my god, I'm actually getting wrecked. That sucks. There we go. There we go. You can throw a grenade and then sprint if you wanna do that. Let's try some soul render. Soul render action. You have to be a little bit more disciplined with this gun because it does go through the ammo a bit quicker. As long as you don't reload, you should be fine. For this boss, we'll use the Herald.
On my way.
Proc this. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. It's Boogeyman time. It's not great because it's corrosive on shield, but when our Revolter procs, it will sort itself out. The reason we don't use fire guns as much in this build is because Moze already does stupid amounts of fire damage. So it's pretty good for long range. And Hildur is dead. My least favorite Valkyrie by far.
Here we go. Oh, hell no! Iron Cub's got
Where's she gone? There we go. Just make sure you spam your grenade so you constantly get the damage boost from it, and so you can, well, stay alive. And yeah, these guys go down pretty quick.
I'm not impressed with your mech tech, Malawan.
But yeah, we shall try a true trial.
We're after something bigger. Keep going.
Cub is popping off!
There we go.
All out!
There we go.
Smack down!
There we go. Finally, it's a game. So, one thing I want to mention about the true trial bosses is that they can be wildly inconsistent. Hag took me about 6 to 8 minutes with that build, and that is a good amount of time just for one boss. I would recommend some crazy OP gun, but that's just not how it works because their scaling is so scuffed, so unbalanced. It does work against the Trial of Discipline very well. There's a clip of me doing it in the intro. It can work against Hag incredibly well, but Hag is just a fucking wall. It's so hard to kill him fast. At least from my experience. There's probably someone out there just deleting him in one shot, but that is not going to be me. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please like and subscribe. There will be a Discord server soon that will be open that you are welcome to join at some point in the near future. And I shall notify all of you guys when it is up. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you feel like I could do anything better, please let me know in the comments. I always like a little bit of criticism to help grow as a creator. And yeah, I hope you all have a phenomenal day.